Hi, I'm Liz Dyer, founder of Real Mama Bears, an organization dedicated to supporting and empowering families with LGBTQ members. Today, I want to talk to you about how important the 2022 midterm elections are for the LGBTQ community. My organization hosts the largest private Facebook group for moms of LGBTQ kids. Right now, we have more than 35,000 moms in the group, and not a day goes by that I don't hear from a bunch of moms telling me how concerned they are for the safety and well-being of their LGBTQ kids. And most of the time, it's connected to what's going on in our country politically. In 2022 alone, we have seen more than 162 anti-LGBTQ laws introduced by anti-LGBTQ legislators, and that's just in 7 months. It's more than we saw in the whole 12 months of 21 when there were 151 introduced. And it's more than twice as many that was introduced in 2020 when we had 76. Now, we've been able to stop most of these laws from being passed, but 24 have been passed and are on the books, and that's way too many. A lot of people are asking, why the increase? Are there more people who are against LGBTQ people having rights and protections under the law? Are there more people who are against LGBTQ people being able to marry the person that they love? Are there more people who don't want LGBTQ people to be protected from being fired from their job just because of their sexual orientation or their gender identity? No, I don't think that's the case at all. I mean, if you look at the polls and the reports, you will see that most people in our country are for LGBTQ people having rights and protections under the law. But it's still happening. Why? Well, here's what I think happened. The Republican Party has been infiltrated by a small group of right-wing extremists who are anti-LGBTQ. And they want to pass laws, and they will stop at nothing. They will lie. They will spread misinformation. They will stop at nothing until they pass laws that make it so scary, so dangerous for LGBTQ people to be out and living authentically as their true self, that LGBTQ people start going back in the closet. That's what they want. They want to erase LGBTQ people and make them non-existent. So what can we do? We have got to elect more pro-equality candidates, more LGBTQ people. So here's the plan. Today, this week, I want you to check and make sure that you're registered to vote. You probably think you are registered, and maybe you are, but things happen. Mistakes are made. Some states purge their records. Sometimes it's a mistake, sometimes it's on purpose, but sometimes people show up at the polls thinking they're registered, and they're not. You don't want that to happen. You want to check now while you still have plenty of time to register if you aren't registered. Also, I want you to check and make sure you know what the laws when it comes to voting are in your state. Some states since 2020 have changed laws, and it makes it more difficult to vote. Find out what kind of ID you have to have. And also find out what days you can vote. I always recommend voting early, but some people want to vote on election day. Whatever you want to do, find out when that's going to happen, where you got to be, make a plan, get it on your calendar so nothing interferes with it, so you don't forget. Help other people get registered. It's not that hard to become a voter registrant, but even if you don't want to do that, find out what people need to do to get registered so you can help other people. Help them get the form they need. Help them get that form turned in wherever it needs to be. And then support organizations that are working hard to elect pro-equality candidates. I like to support the LGBTQ Victory Fund. They only endorse and support members from the LGBTQ community who are pro-equality. But there are other great organizations too. GLAAD, G-L-A-A-D. They have a great Vote with Pride campaign going on. ACLU, the Human Rights Campaign. They're doing amazing work in some specific states where they're mobilizing voters. So there's a lot of organizations out there that you can support that are really doing a lot of work. Listen, I think we can do this. We pulled off a miracle in 2020. We elected the most pro-equality president in the history of our country, and we took the majority in the House and the Senate. We need to elect more pro-equality candidates. We need a bigger margin in the House and the Senate, but we can do it. I believe we can. I believe there are more people on our side than against us. I believe we do have the power if we get out and we vote. So let's do this. Let's work together. Let's make the world a kinder, safer, more loving place for all LGBTQ people to live. Together, we can change the world. So let's get out to the polls and vote with pride.